Young artist friends, welcome back to what I'm feeling a little sad, is our final, for now, lesson in the Quinn and Street Project's Deep Dive into Imagination series. Today is going to be another day where you're going to get to do some creative writing. So think about how you want to do that. And let's continue. Let's start the way we always do, with some great breaths. So find yourself in actor neutral, either standing or sat. You can choose to have your eyes just gently forward on the screen. You could choose a spot in front of you, maybe on the floor or on a wall, to rest your eyes, or you can choose to close them. I'm going to close mine. Let's all take a deep breath in through our nose, out through our mouth. One more, in through our nose, out through our mouth. One more, deep in through our nose. Fill up our bellies like a balloon. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, and all out. And let's meet with our eyes on the screen. Hey, everybody. So our check-in question for today is, what's something that you love about your imagination? Nice. I think something that I love about my imagination is that I kind of feel like it never fails. Like anytime I want to dream about something or imagine the world in a different way, maybe in a kinder way, in a more just way than I'm currently seeing now, my imagination, comes out to play and helps me do that. So I like that it never gets empty. It's a resource we can always pull things from, pull ideas from, pull energy from. So that's part of why at Quinn and Street Project we wanted to take a whole series where we're making time just to dive deep into our own imaginations. Absolutely. So let's go ahead and warm up so we can continue with the rest of our lesson. The first thing we're going to do for this warm up today, I'm going to call it like a consonant dance. Consonants, you might already know, or this could be new to you, are the parts of the alphabet, the letters that are not vowels. So like b, k, p, l, m. Often we have to use our lips and our tongue and just a lot of our mouth to say those. So we're going to be doing an activity where we get to do some movement and really warm up our mouths, saying those consonants and articulating them really well. That just means saying the whole part of the word or the sound. And so it goes in a rhythm. So what we want to do is have me kind of, do it in the rhythm with the movement. And then the challenge for you, the challenge and the fun, is for you to repeat back exactly what I just did with the movement, with the sound, and trying to keep it in rhythm. So first, to practice, I'll demonstrate kind of how it sounds and just do it for myself. And then I'll point to you and do what you would repeat back in the rhythm that you would do it, so that you kind of get a sense of how it should sound. Then after we practice, then I'll do it for real with space for you to do the rhythm back. So it goes like this. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ka 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 ka. Ka 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 ka. Da 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 da, like that. So good job. Thank you for following along. So again, I will do the parts of the warm-up and movements. Then you come in trying to keep that rhythm up, doing the warm-up as well with the movements, and then we'll go through as far through the alphabet as we can. All right. So get yourself into actor neutral and ready. Here we go. Ba 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 ba. Ka 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 ka. Da 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 da. Fa 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 fa. Ga 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 ga. Ha 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 ha. Ja 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 ja. Ka 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 ka. La 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 la. Ma 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 ma. Na 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 na. Pa 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 pa. Ra 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 ra. Sa 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 sa. Ta 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 ta. Ba 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 ba. Wah 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 wah. Yeah 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 yeah. Za 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 za. Wonderful. I wish I could hear you all doing it with me, but I feel your energy. Let's go ahead and do our vocal register warm up. So first, let's start with our hands on our belly. And for this, just repeat after me as we go along. Huh, 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 huh. This is my belly voice. This is my belly voice. Nice. All right, let's move up to our chest. You can even pat your chest to warm it up a little bit, give it some nice rubs, and go ha, 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 ha. This is my chest voice. This is my chest voice. Now we're going to move up into our nasal cavity behind our nose. Make sure you're breathing, by the way, so you got enough breath to do these sounds. And go, ha, 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 ha. This is my nasal voice. This is my nasal voice. Nice. Now let's go to the top of our heads. Let me give our forehead some nice love. Maybe like think about these as like finger sprinkles, almost like you're putting little sprinkles, maybe little pieces of glitter on top of your head. You can imagine what color you'd want them to be. The forehead, top of the head, just cover it with some nice sprinkles. And then let's go, ha, 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 ha. This is my head voice. This is my head voice. Beautiful. Now we're going to take our vocal register warm up down, from the top down, and then from the down back up. So just repeat after me again. This is my head voice. This is my nasal voice. This is my chest voice. This is my belly voice. This is my belly voice. This is my chest voice. This is my nasal voice. This is my head voice. Fantastic. Let's keep the energy going. Let's do some of those tongue twisters we have been practicing. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather, 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 red leather, yellow leather. Ah, beautiful. Unique, New York. 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 Fantastic. All right. She makes a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. She makes a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. She makes a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. She makes a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. She makes a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. She makes a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. She makes a proper cup of coffee in a copper coffee pot. She makes a proper cup of coffee. Fantastic. Okay, let's do our last one for now. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot. We'll be together, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Fantastic. Give yourself just some claps or snaps, maybe a nice shoulder massage, maybe a nice pat on the back for challenging yourself with all of that in that warm up. One thing to say about tongue twisters, and if you've been going with these lessons in sequence, you'll find that the more time you put into practicing them over time, the easier they become and the more skillful you are with them. And, you can do tongue twisters just about everywhere. So, you're ever not quite, looking for something to do, a way to have fun, you feel a little bored, pull out a tongue twister, work on your acting skills. All right, we're going to end this warm up just with, let's say, like 5 seconds where you can now make any movement you want, make any sound that you want, that you think is going to just help you warm up and, get out any wiggles that you might have. You get to decide your own movements, your own sound for the next 5 seconds. Go. And there we are. Thank you, friends. Okay, because it's our last lesson for now, I really wanted to go back to one of the first games we started to play when we were practicing improvising. Yes, let's. Miss Anna, are you available to play with us?
Always.
Amazing. So then let's get to it. Friends, it may have been a little bit of time since we played this all together. So just as a reminder, either Miss Anna or me will throw out an idea for something we can do together. Like, let's have drama class right now, for example. And then everybody else will say to that, yes, let's. And then we get to start acting out what that suggestion is. And we've mostly been doing it with pantomime, you know, not necessarily with words. Sometimes we've done it with tableau. This time, I want to say if there's if there's a monologue, perhaps, of the character you're playing, you know, as we're acting out these different things, finds that they want to say, go ahead and say them. It might overlap with something that Miss Anna or me says, but that's perfectly fine. We're all playing together. And one more reminder is, if one of us give an idea for what we all do, and then we all say, yes, let's, and you're like, wait, but I don't know what that is. I've never seen that. First thought, best thought, you get to decide. Use your imagination. Just make it up however you want, because the purpose is to have fun. So make sure you're having fun. All righty, Miss Anna, you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's find a great book at the library.
Yes, let's.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Let me see. Oh, Miss Tierra.
Yes, Miss Anna?
Let's make our own candles.
Yes, let's.
Let's see.
All right, I've got some soy wax over here.
I use too.
Oh, maybe some coloring to make it a pretty color.
I'm gonna make mine in a jar.
Oh, I wanna make mine in a bowl.
I'm gonna use a wood wick too.
Ooh. Miss Anna.
Yes.
Let's go play in a museum after hours when it's dark.
Yes, let's. So exciting. I'm touching things.
Yes.
Let's go take a dinosaur on a walk with a leash.
Yes, let's. All right, Sparky, this way.
Oh,
Gotta make sure you get your exercise.
come on. Whoa!
Oh, there. Hey, Miss Anna.
Yes.
Let's run away from some really angry bees.
Yes, let's. Oh, Miss Tierra.
Yeah.
Let's soothe the bees with some smoke.
Yes, let's.
They're starting to calm down.
Hey, Miss Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a nap-taking competition.
Oh.
Or let's compete in a nap-taking competition.
Yes, let's. Tierra.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I think you won. Let's 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 it's I want to use a word that I'm not sure everyone at home knows, but that's okay. Let's muck stalls at an animal sanctuary.
Yes, let's. Miss Anna,
Yes.
let's play tug of war.
Ooh, yes, let's. Oh, Ooh. Kira,
Yeah.
let's go surfing.
Yes, let's.
Woo!
That's a dolphin. Wow.
Oh!
Anna,
Yeah?
let's go hang gliding over the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yes, let's. I think I see a shark.
Beautiful up here.
It is. It's cold too.
So glad I got over my fear of heights.
Miss Tierra, since we're out here, let's hike in the Marin Headlands.
Yes, let's.
I can see where we just were.
The air is so clean up here.
Mm. Glad I brought my water bottle.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Anna.
Yeah?
Let's build a sandcastle.
Yes, let's. Hey, looks good. Gotta really pat it all down.
Mm-hmm. Mine has a moat around it for extra protection.
That's smart. Oh, Miss Tierra,
Yes,
let's paint a watercolor.
yes, let's. Miss Anna,
Mm-hmm.
let's give ourselves a round of applause for playing such a fun game together.
Yay!
Yes. Oh my goodness, friends at home, thank you so much for playing along. I wish we could all be in person, but I am sure that I would have loved to see whatever you came up with your imagination about how to play along with those ideas. Give yourself some love, give yourself a little shoulder massage, pat on the back, dust your shoulders off, whatever feels good, because thank you so much for using your imagination today. You all, we are going to keep going with our writing. And today, last week or last lesson, if you all tuned in, we wrote a monologue. So that's, again, a speech that's given by a single character in a play. Now we're going to be writing dialogue. That's conversation between two or more characters in a play. And actually, y'all are going to write a whole play, a whole mini play. So if you have not written a play before, at the end of class, you will officially be a playwright. So let's get on to it. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so what we have here is, you see at the top, we're calling it our 5-minute play exercise. So, for a play, just like many other works of art, we'll want to give it a title. If you're like me, I often like to think about the title last, after I've kind of come up with my other ideas, but you don't have to do it that way. You of course want to write, who is it by? So when you're writing this for yourself, represent yourself. Say that it's by you, the playwright. And then the first thing that we want to do before we get to writing dialogue between characters is fill out something that we're calling an act rise. So often when you read a play, you will see stage directions where the playwright is giving ideas about the setting. What does the setting look like? Sometimes information about the characters. These are all things that we've already been covering in Queen Street Projects. You guys are so prepared for it. And, maybe even something about what happened before the scene began. And we say at rise because if any of you all have ever gotten to see a play or even be in a play, you might know that often when a scene starts on a stage, traditionally, there might be a curtain down or the lights might be off. And then the scene might begin when a curtain rises or when lights start to shine on the stage. It's kind of like the lights are coming up on the scene. Now we can do theater any ways that we want. We don't have to start scenes that way, but it's kind of traditional. That's why we call this an at rise. Basically, when the scene begins, what is already in motion. So anything that you would want to add to that, Miss Anna? Okay, nope, fantastic. Yeah, so we together are going to write an at rise and write a 5-minute play as an example for our friends at home. So you can kind of see what the process is. And just like you've seen me and Miss Anna practicing in other lessons, we're gonna practice improvising with each other. We're gonna practice saying yes and to our ideas to make a 5-minute play. So our at rise goes, at rise, we see character 1. So we gotta come up with who is character 1 and character 2 in a setting, in some kind of place. It says they are relationship. And so here with your characters, you want to think about how do they know each other or not know each other? Are they total strangers? Are they mortal enemies? Are they best friends? Is it a doctor and a patient? Is it a teacher and a student? Any way that the two characters know or don't know each other is their relationship. And they are busy doing something. Sometimes it's kind of nice when a scene starts and there's already kind of action happening. So, Miss Anna, do you have any ideas about a character who could be in this scene?
Sure. So I am going to name character 1. I'm drawn to a name starting with a B. And I think I want to have like a silly name. So maybe Belinda Bubbles.
Fantastic. And is Belinda Bubbles, is this like a human kind of character? Are they a magical creature? Are they an animal?
I'm going to say that they are, I'm going to say that Belinda Bubbles is a talking frog.
I'm just going to put here Belinda Bubbles, the talking frog. And, and let's say my idea would be, and Carla, the little girl, in, now we got to have a setting. Where are these two characters meeting?
Maybe at a pond where there would be other frogs, and it's special that Belinda talks.
I think so too. So maybe a pond actually was the idea that I had as well. So I love that. So let's say we can say the little, and they're in a park right by a pond with many other frogs. Does that cover? Is there anything else you want to add to that?
No, I think that's right.
Okay.
Unless we want to add, Miss Tierra, since we have our where, I don't know if we also want to add our when to our setting, if we want to add time of day or year or anything like that. Is there anything specific you want to add?
Oh, I like that. I like the idea of it being at sunset. So we can, so that's a, I'm so glad that you offered that, Miss Anna, because yeah, our setting can be both our a where and a when, depending on what you as the playwright think is important for your scene. So I can add, so we see Belinda Bubbles, the talking frog, and Carla, the little girl, in a park at sunset, right by a pond with many other frogs. So they are, what is their relationship? How do they know each other?
Well, this is one of my favorite parts of this activity because we can decide if this is the story of them meeting or if they already if they already have a relationship, maybe they're best friends, or maybe, I don't know, Miss Tierra, what do you think?
I like, let's decide for today that they're secret friends, that they have a friendship, but you know, not everybody knows about it yet.
Love that.
They're secret friends and they are busy. What if they're like eating dinner? I feel like they might eat like different dinners, and that might be fun. All right, so we have our at rise. Oh, and I can put, this is by Miss Tierra and Miss Anna of the Quinnan Street Project. At rise, we see Belinda Bubbles, the talking frog, and Carla, the little girl, in a park at sunset right by a pond with many other frogs. They are secret friends and they're busy eating dinner. And so here, you all friends at home, this, this kind of worksheet template, basically, example that we have, I have here, character one, their name, and then this is where you would put their dialogue, then character two, but it doesn't have to start necessarily with the first character talking first. This is just an example of how to write dialogue in a way that actors could understand. So yeah, who do we think has something to say?
I want to suggest that Belinda Bubbles says something like, "Thank you for bringing me some freeze-dried grasshoppers."
I love it. Thank you for bringing me some freeze-dried grasshoppers.
And then maybe something like, I never get to catch grasshoppers here at the pond.
I never get to catch grasshoppers here at the pond. I love it. But I imagine Carla saying, "You're welcome. But I don't know how you can eat that. Wouldn't you like to try some of these pinto beans and rice I packed.
And I think Belinda says, thank you for offering. But that looks just as yucky to me as the grasshoppers look to you. Every creature needs different food.
Cool. And then here, so folks at home, when you're writing your own play, after a little bit of time, sometimes it's nice to kind of put in a twist. You know, have like things are kind of going in one direction, and then there's some kind of new element that shakes things up. We can think about that as sometimes that's called like a conflict. Like sometimes there's a problem to solve. I also like it when it's just something just starts to change in some ways, and the characters have to react to that. So think about, if you want to, after you know have a little bit with your character starting, what's like a twist, you know, or like a curveball you can throw them that kind of shakes up what's going on.
Sometimes we use the word problem. There has to be
Ooh,
some sort of problem.
yeah, for sure. So let's see. So with that in mind, I'm thinking Carla might react like, I guess you're right. Hey, what's that in the water?
And I think Belinda, because she has, you know, animal senses, can say, uh-oh, I can sense. What are frogs' strong suit, Miss Tierra? I know they don't hear the way we do, but they can like sense. They don't have like sonar like bats, but I know they can smell things, I think. Uh-oh.
Let's decide that Belinda can smell. I have to tell you, I don't know a lot about frogs, but that's why we use our imagination. And I bet they have a good sense of smell.
This is where dramaturgy comes into play, friends. So currently, Miss Tierra and I are going to make some imaginative suggestions, and then later we can go back and do research. Or our dramaturg can come and talk to us. I think I can smell a pelican coming, and pelicans eat frogs. Help!
Frogs, help! Maybe Carla would say, I can take you in my backpack, but I can't take all the frogs. What should we do?
I'm going to say Belinda is going to suggest use your human voice to scare away the pelican! !
I love that. And yeah, you all, after after you kind of put in your twist, or you can think about it as a problem, after you do something that shakes things up, then after a little bit, think about just what's a way to close the scene. And sometimes that looks like the problem totally gets solved. Sometimes it looks like maybe there's kind of a lesson that you want to leave the audience with. And also sometimes I like it when it's kind of a cliffhanger, or there's we brought it to a close, but there's something not totally finished there too. So let's decide as we're writing what we decide that we want to do, Miss Anna. So okay, Belinda says, use your human voice to scare away the pelican. Carla. Okay, I'll try. Hey, you pelican! Leave my frog friends alone! Okay, I have an idea for something where we would bring in another character. Do you feel open to that? Or how are you feeling?
I feel I'm going to pause for a second. I am open to that, Miss Tierra. And also, I think that we should be prepared to only perform it with just the two of us. So how can we problem solve that?
Well, maybe we see, the idea I had was, what if it wasn't actually a pelican? What if it was something else? So maybe we could see that thing emerge and then go from there. What do you think maybe could be in the pond instead of a pelican?
Maybe some litter.
Okay, great. So then maybe, and here you can also, as you're writing friends, just like we had stage directions at the top, you can also add stage directions, things that you would want the actors to do, or things that we would see on the stage, or maybe things that we would hear anytime you want, if you think that that's going to help you tell the story. So maybe a stage direction could be well, I'm trying to put it in italics. In the pond, we see pieces of litter floating to the surface. I'll put that in bold.
Close enough.
Yeah. Maybe Carla can say, did I just transform that pelican into some litter? I feel like Belinda might be like, I don't know about that.
But I do know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know about that, but I do know we are currently safe from pelicans.
Currently safe from pelicans.
Thank you
Also,
for your help. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, let's do. Yeah. Thank you for your help. Also, I forgot it's spring and I have allergies. So my sense of smell is a little off.
Me too.
Was that you, or is that something that Carla is saying?
that was Miss Anna, but Carla can agree.
All right. Me too. You sure you don't want any beans and rice? Let's bring this to a close.
Only if you'll try a grasshopper.
Only if you'll try a grasshopper. And let's say for right now, it's the ends. That's the, I already told you guys, sometimes I like to, I enjoy it when scenes end and there's something unsure. So does Carla try the grasshopper? Does Belinda try the beans and rice? Is there a reason that Belinda did smell the pelican? We don't know. Why did the litter come up? We don't know, but still we met our characters. We got to know them. There was a twist. There all of a sudden was a problem they had to solve, and in their way, they resolved it. Oh, cool. Anything you want to? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a couple of things I want to say. Oh, yeah, you can start titling while I talk. Um, Oftentimes, um, folks, young playwrights, tend to want to leave the ending as to be continued or something like that. But I want to point out how Miss Tierra added a cliffhanger, but the problem also got resolved. So our conflict is resolved, and there's something that makes you want to see another play about Belinda and Carla. So there's a difference there that I want our young playwrights to be thinking about. So whatever your main problem is that you come up, whatever your conflict is in your play, make sure that it gets resolved, even if it's not a happy ending. Miss Tara already said that. It does not have to be a happy ending, and it does not have to be everything all perfect. It can be a scary ending or a sad ending. It's whatever you choose as the playwright. And you just want to make sure that you do find an ending, and you can add an extra cliffhanger about something else at the end.
For sure.
On
So
trend.
yeah, when yeah, and then if you haven't already given your play a title, you might discover what it is by writing it. I wouldn't have come up with this title if we had not written the play together. So for now, our 5-minute play was called Pond Friends.
Can we
and
add? Can I
yeah.
add a second thing? Pond Friends and Pelican Fears.
Ooh, Pond Friends and Pelican Fears. Fantastic. I love it. So you all at home, now it is your turn. We are going to leave this example up for you to use, for you to write your own 5-minute play. We're going to put on some music and just go for it. Let your imagination run free. We are going to be so excited to read or hear whatever you write. So let's go. Okay, playwrights, we're gonna take just about 1 more minute. Of course, if you want more time, just pause the video. All right, everybody. Congratulations on finishing your play. And please know that, yes, us at Quinn Street Project really, really, really want to hear it. So if you want to share what you wrote, or if you want to make a video of maybe you, maybe a family member, or, you know, a friend, somebody reading your play together, we would love you to send that to us. If you want to do that, you know, ask a grown-up to help you. And I'll just say it one more time, would love to see what came from your imagination. You all, we are at checkout time. Can you believe it? And so the checkout that I want to give, that's for today. And then for the series that that you all have been joining me for is, what is one memory from our time taking a deep dive into our imagination that you want to keep in your heart as we move forward? I am happy to share first. One memory I want to keep in my heart is the laughter. You know, sometimes we, because we can get a little silly when we use our imagination. So certainly Miss Anna and I, you saw us laughing, and I can, you know, imagine, and I hope that you all at home got to have some laughter too as part of the process. So that's me, the laughter.
And I want to remember one of my favorite memories from this series was the day that Miss Tierra led us through our imagination travel day, where we traveled to space and under the sea and into a forest. And I want to remember how that made me feel, because it made me feel very happy.
Thank you. So friends at home, what about you? What's one memory you want to keep in your heart? Well, let's go ahead. Let's take a nice deep breath and breathe those memories in. And exhale. Putting out just like the happy feelings from those memories out into the air around us. We can keep that with us as we go forward. And actually, whatever your memory was, let's make a tableau of it. All three of us, let's make a tableau of that on 3. 1, 2, 3. And in your mind, with your eyes, take a picture. Take a mental picture of what that looks like and let it go. That can be another way that we keep these memories with us. All right, let's say goodbye with some, bye for now, with some more good deep breaths. So find yourself in actor neutral. You can choose to have your eyes forward at the screen, resting gently somewhere in front of you or closed. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in, filling our belly up like a balloon, and hold it for 3, 2, 1. Let it all out. All right, friends. See you next time. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other.